What's going on, y'all? Podcast episode 39. It's been a while. I think it's been like a week and a half since I did a podcast, but just had to take some time, man, and just really just get through some stuff, you know? Sometimes life just makes you get through some stuff first. That's where I'm at right now. There's an ambulance going by. Hope everyone's doing good. Happy Monday. We're winding March down already. I can't believe it. It's crazy. Quarter one. Got about a week left. Finish strong. Quarter one. Go into quarter two and come back even stronger, you know? It's always important to just end on a good note, and you know, just finish what you got to get done. That stuff that's kind of just been lingering, you know, you've been putting off, but you know it's important for your success. So I got a few things I got to get done this week, and I'm excited, man. It just honestly, it gives you something to look forward to. Knowing that you're kind of on a deadline, and it makes you grind a little harder, I think. But yeah, man, you know, we're just out here doing the damn thing. Hope everyone's doing good. We haven't dropped any new music in a while. We did, like I said, we did drop the album last month. So we're just kind of, this month. So we're just kind of riding the wave right now of that. And, you know, I did start recording a few new records that I'm pretty excited about. So yeah, that's where we're at right now with that. Just trying to find the vibe, man, of the next project, the next idea. We're just trying to tap into, just the vibes around us, the inspiration around us, and paint a picture, you know? One thing I don't want to keep doing is painting the same picture over and over. You know, what can I do next? Is kind of where I'm at. So, yeah, man. So that's kind of where we're at with with music. Podcast. I do have a few goals in mind for my podcast as we go into you know, this next little season. You know, I feel like you do 10 episodes, you go into the next season. So I'm about to get into the 40s. Like I said, this is episode 39, so I just I want to kick the 40s off, just kind of do something a little bit different that I just haven't done before. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do there yet, but I know I want to try to get some guests on here, and so you guys can meet, you know, people that are important to me. It is tough because I do this shit in the car, so I don't know how that's gonna look just yet, but I'm still kind of working through it, but we'll get there, man. Like I said, this isn't overly professional podcast, so to say. It's more just me kind of letting feelings out on my way to work, but it would be cool to just be able to talk to some people that I'm close with, you know, on here. And just kind of capture that moment, you know? So, yeah, man, I'm excited. We're going into spring season. Baseball's about to start. Can't believe opening day is literally this week for Cincinnati. It's a pretty big event here in Cincy. And Maddie and I, we actually took off work, so we're excited to go down and, you know, just spend the day downtown and just around some good vibes. Catch a baseball game. this week's actually pretty damn busy for us. Yeah, we got 2 concerts, opening day, we got our anniversary, and it's Easter weekend. So yeah, it's about to be kind of crazy. But hey, crazy's good sometimes, especially when it's fun. When it's fun stuff, I don't mind it, you know? When we're having a good time, we don't really mind being crazy. When it's not fun, that's when it kind of, you know. Yeah, man. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting started this morning. I did hit the gym, but just felt like I didn't get enough of a workout in, you know, so I'm still kind of waking up. Man, but last week, pretty crazy. I told you guys about, you know, we got some time. I sat down with our pastor at church. We just started going there really consistently this year, but it was around the holidays last year. So I just wanted to get some time with the pastor, Tyler, at the church, and just kind of introduce myself, introduce my family, kind of let him know where we're at, where we're looking to go, kind of figure out where he's at and where he's looking to go. How can I play a part in that? So we got some time with him a couple weeks ago, and he invited us to a small group. He said, you know, this is kind of an exclusive small group. It's not one that the church is really putting on, but one that my wife and I are putting on, just because we feel like there's a need for younger people. There's a need for this small group for the younger people that, you know, attend the church and are looking to get more out of life, you know. So last week, so while all of this is going on, sorry to kind of hop stories, but while all of this is going on, you know us, we've been looking for a house for a while. You know, we've been house searching. In the meantime, we're living with my parents. Been kind of difficult. It's been a couple years now. And we've been searching for a house for a long time. Well, Wednesday of last week, we went and looked at a house that was in the school district that we want. You know, it had the fenced-in yard for our dogs. It's real close to Maddie's parents. It just kind of was the perfect fit for us, you know. So we did put an offer in on Wednesday on this house. And then I'm going to hop back over to the small group story. So we put the offer in on the house. Well, Thursday, we had small groups with Tyler and the church group. And, you know, it was great. It was just awesome to kind of be around just positive, focused people who join together for God, you know? One thing I told Tyler when we sat down was, you know, hey, I started this year off, you know, with some habits in mind to kind of move me forward and just kind of make us more healthy. But one thing I felt like was missing was our spiritual habits, you know? How can I, you know, I was working on our finances, working on health, mental health, music, you know, but the one thing that was missing was my spirit. Like, how can I help my spirit more? And I told Tyler that. So Thursday was really cool, man, just to be around positive, like-minded people, married couples with kids. They understand where we're at. We understand where they're at. Our kids are kind of around the same age. And so at the end of the night, you know, Tyler asked everybody, you know, if there was anything that we needed to pray over, you know. And of course, with us dealing with this house situation for so long, that was the first thing that came to my mind. You know, I felt like we just needed to really pray. We needed other people to help us pray over this housing situation. So it was really cool, man. Tyler kind of got everybody together, and we said a prayer, and and I really commend everyone for giving them something to pray about, because sometimes it's hard to, especially around people you don't really know, to kind of just be vulnerable and let them know where you're at, So Tyler said his prayer for us over the housing situation, and we're all just sitting in Tyler's living room, and I feel my phone vibrate like right after he finished this prayer. I mean, it might have been a couple minutes, but it was right after he finished the prayer. My phone's going off in my pocket, and we're expecting a call from the realtor. And so, we all kind of got up. We were kind of making our way out of Tyler's house at this point. And I told Tyler, I was like, hey, thanks for praying for us. What's kind of crazy is my realtor just called. I'm not too sure what he said, but my phone was going off, as you were wrapping up the prayer. And so we get into the car after leaving small groups, after everybody just prayed for us, and call our realtor back, and he says, congrats, you guys are house owners. They accepted your offer, and yeah. So man, we did it. We finally got a house. Oh my gosh, it's been 3 years at this point, I want to say. Maybe 2.5. We finally did it, baby. We finally did it. So right now we are working on just getting ready for closing. I want to say it's on April 19th is the official closing date, where we go and sign all the documents. Man, what a wild ride this has been, and praise God. Maddie and I really kind of felt like, we've been living at mom and dad's for quite some time. But this year we really made a commitment to start focusing on our spiritual health. And I felt like as soon as we started to focus on that, I just felt like that was the missing link all along. Whether God was trying to communicate that to us, I'm not entirely sure. But it's just beautiful how it all panned out. It just is beautiful, man. Something was calling me to sit down with Tyler at the church. Something was calling us to get back in the church. Right around the holidays last year, I just had this real kind of looming dark feeling kind of going into the holidays. Like I just didn't feel like like I was all that excited about the holidays, and that's just not like me, man. Usually for Christmas, Thanksgiving, the New Year, and I know I spoke on this in my podcast in previous episodes, but usually around that time, man, I'm ready to go. Like, it's the holidays. I'm a real holiday person, especially Christmas, man. I love it. But this year, man, was just tough. It just was tough. So, we kind of made the commitment, like, hey, maybe we need to get back in the church and just kind of get around people that we want to be like, and we did. And something was calling me recently to, hey, okay, now we're back in church. Why don't you introduce yourself to Tyler, the pastor, the head pastor? And so we did. And then we accepted the offer to go to small groups. And we went. And I just felt like everything was adding up to this point, I feel like God's got this. God's plan always trumps anything else. And I'm just excited, man. I'm excited for the next chapter, you know? I started this episode talking about finishing strong in quarter one. I'm just excited to see what quarter two has to offer. You know, the blessings in quarter two. And I just want to keep listening to God, you know. You know, I'm tired of trying to figure stuff out on my own. You know, I realize, like, when I try to figure stuff out on my own, that's when I kind of drift and I don't really get anywhere. But when I start listening to God and really starting to follow the guidance that I'm given, just that stress goes away and I find myself on the right path, you know? So, yeah, man, I'm just super excited, man. We finally did it, baby. Finally did it. So, you know, of course we got the inspection tomorrow on the house. We got to get through closing, but hey, man, we're on the right path at this point. We can see the finish line. And you know, Maddie and I were talking, we just can't wait to have our own space again. Our own space to create and, you know, just call our own, you know? This is our home. Yeah, man. It's cool, man. We went to Hobby Lobby, and of course at Hobby Lobby you find all kinds of signs and, you know, live, laugh, love and all this. But one sign that we did find that we bought, it's like, we love like rustic decorations, but we found one that said, "This is where we belong." And it took me a second, but I was like, man, we should get that. You know, that's so true. This is where we belong, whether it's this moment, it's in church, it's this house, it's this job, it's us being parents. And I know that's corny, you know, Hobby Lobby, whatever, but this is where we belong. We belong in this moment right now. And I'm just so excited to to see what this moment offers, man. You know, if this is where we belong, let's plant here and grow. Let's plant seeds here and let these seeds develop, you know? Especially as we're going into springtime, man. We got our seeds planted, we're ready to grow, we're waiting for the rain to fall, we're waiting for the sun to shine. And we're just excited, man. We're just so excited, you know? It's been a long time coming, but I felt like we did mostly everything right, you know, by being patient, waiting for the house that we belong in. And I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited. You know, it's not the biggest house. It's not anything all that fancy, but it's ours, you know? It's home for us. And it's just beautiful, man. It's just beautiful how God works in our lives, you know? So, yeah, man. Thanks for listening to me ramble on about that story. I just felt like it was on my heart, and I just felt like I needed to let it out, you know? But yeah, man. It's cool, too, because while all this stuff is going on, you know, and blessings are pouring in, you start to get inspired and you just want to create. And so, you know, I've been kind of creating music again and just recording and just getting back in the habit of just spending some time working on music, I know I spoke a couple episodes ago, but when you're in the final stages of wrapping up an album, you kind of lose sight of the recording process. You're focused on just getting the album done. You're focused on like the art side of it, and not so much like the creation of the actual music. So it's just cool to be able to tap back into recording again. You're inspired, you want to tell these new stories, and I'm excited, man. I'm just excited to just keep telling these stories, So yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for listening to me this morning. And I hope that I hope maybe this helps. Maybe you just need to listen to what God's trying to do for you in your life. And I'm not any better or I'm not on a pedestal or anything. Like, I'm still a sinner at the end of the day, but it does take a little bit of bravery to really kind of humble yourself to be able to listen to God's words as He speaks to you. It takes some courage. I felt like it was tough for me to sit down with Tyler. It's awkward. He doesn't know me. I don't know him. You're just meeting somebody new, and it's awkward it was awkward to kind of go to his house. Like, we're just kind of going out on a limb, Like, I don't know this guy. Like, I trust that everything's going to be okay. And it was, man. It was awesome. We left there that night on Thursday and just felt at peace, man. Like, none of these people judged us for things we say. They didn't judge us for the clothes that we wear, And it was awesome, man. It was a good feeling. I'm excited to get around them again. We're not going to be able to go this week because we had previous arrangements, but yeah, man, I'm just excited. I'll keep you guys posted as we continue our journey on this. But yeah, man, we did it, baby. This is where we belong. Right here in this moment. This is where you belong too. And sometimes it's hard, man. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes the moment that we're in just doesn't feel good. But it's where you belong at the end of the day. And we'll get through it. We'll get through it. It's painful because you're becoming a new person. But we're almost there, baby. Yeah, man. Thanks for tapping in with me this morning. Go check out the new album, What You're Working For. Tim Cruize, Young Kai, out now. Be on the lookout for some new music coming here soon. I'm working with my boy Sadistic, and I'm working on my own project as well. And yeah, man, that's where we're at. So hope you guys have a good week. Finish strong. Finish March off strong. Let's tap back in Q2. Let's get it, baby. Podcast episode 39. Much love. Peace.